What's up guys, this is Kellen with Dreamedia Home Theater. I have a super cool video today. We're gonna be talking about our collaboration with Dennis's company, Phantom Arcades. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Stick around. We're gonna get into it after the intro.
Hey, my name is Dennis. I'm the founder of Phantom Arcades. We started 10 years ago. Video games and arcades was a passion of mine ever since I was a little kid. Built my first arcade when I was around 21 years old, and then I've been doing it ever since. So the very first arcade I built, I was living with my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, and I told her I wanted to build an arcade, and she's like, just do it. You want to do it? So me and her, we built it together and had a huge 36-inch tube TV. I put it on like a little kitchen cabinet, and I put the sides on, and it actually worked. Everything was great. But then we decided to get an apartment. So I turned to my brother, I'm like, hey, can you hold on to my arcade? While, we're living in an apartment, we didn't have room for it. So then, a couple years went by, we finally bought a house, and I go to my brother, I'm like, hey, can I have my arcade back? And he's like, you mean my arcade? So I'm like, all right, you know what, you keep it. I'm just gonna build something that's a little bit better. I built my first arcade, I had some friends over, and they were like, this thing is amazing, I'm gonna buy it off you. So I built a second arcade, and then the same thing happened. My friend came over, and he's like, hey, can I have that? And then this happened 3, 4, or 5 times, and I realized I'm kind of onto something. That's where Phantom Arcades came from. I originally was gonna name something just generic, like Home Arcades, and it was actually my wife's idea. Every time someone calls, it's always like, what are they thinking of? It's kind of like it's a mysterious order because we don't know what they want, and it was kind of like new and exciting, and the term just came from that. We just built off that, and that's where Phantom came from. Super excited to team up with Dreamedia on this arcade. Came out beyond expectations. It was a great build. It was fun. It was exciting. It's everything that we wanted and more. When you reached out to me, I was just so excited. I'm like, this is almost like I was like a kid in a candy store. The guy that inspired me to build my movie theater wants me to build an arcade for him. And it was an exciting feeling. And you rekindled a fire that I had. This arcade I built a couple years ago, and I kind of put it on the back burner because there was a lot of work involved with it. But when I was talking to you, you just rekindled that excitement I had for it. And here we are today.
All right guys, so this is the masterpiece and the master himself, Dennis at Phantom Arcades, and you did such a good job, knocked it out of the park. And I know we've had several customers in the past ask about arcade machines for their concession area, the outside the theater.
All right, so we call this the dream screen. All modern day TVs have a 16:9 aspect ratio. So what I did was I took a 65-inch TV and we rotated it vertical. And then we're using the top and the bottom of the TV, and we have the world's largest 4x3. This is a 40-inch 4x3.
This is kind of where Dreamedia, we wanted to put our own spin and collaborate with something pretty over the top.
So when the game is playing, it'll do the full screen, but up top will be the marquee. So every single game will have a matching marquee. So if we're playing NFL Blitz, up top will be the NFL Blitz marquee. If we go to the next game, which is Blitz 2000, the marquee will change to represent the different games. So with over 10,000 games, there's going to be 10,000 different marquees to represent each game.
We also have something down in the kick plate down here as well.
So this is printed art. So back when we were kids, we didn't have social media. So anytime there was games that we wanted to look up, we had magazines, newspapers, and stuff like that. I got all printed art from those original magazines. There are scans of magazines. GamePro magazine was one. So every game will have, now it's 3 screens. You got the game, the marquee, and flyer. So if we go to like Nintendo, so Nintendo was a home console system, there was no marquee for it. So I created the art for Nintendo. So every single game that you play, you'll have a marquee that will represent that one game. And then down below has the scan art of the original box.
We have some other goodies in the back. We have some Focal 1000 in-ceiling speakers that are pumping the audio of the gameplay. I talked to Dennis and we were like, let's make this a workable jukebox as well, right? If maybe we don't want to play games, but we want some music. So we have some Focal 1000 series speakers that are also tied to a Sonos amplifier. So now we have a Sonos zone that is pulling ARC. If you're playing, a game, it's just sending that audio back to the Sonos amp, or we can have a distributed audio zone or a jukebox playing music from this device as well. Let's dive into what your arcades are capable of.
The heart of the system is a Windows PC. So when you load up the software, Every single tile you see down here is another system. So the arcades are capable of playing every single arcade game that's available. So as we scroll through, you'll see all these games. So we'll have over 2,000 arcade games, and then the same thing, we can back out. It'll play Nintendo, Super Nintendo, even Virtual Boy, even handheld systems like Game Boy. And it goes even to the newer generation games, all the way up to like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3.
How many games could potentially be playable on these arcades?
The Dream Screen is capable of playing over 10,000 games.
That's awesome. We went back with several iterations on the artwork for the cabinet, whether it be Crash Bandicoot, some of my old favorite games. Maybe we do something based around a movie, so we did Batman and things like that. We were like, dude, let's do
two different worlds. We got gaming and movies in one.
Let's do this. So the artwork, I think, is obviously the standout of this cabinet. I mean, everything looks fantastic.
I have a graphic artist that works for us, and he took all the art that was available and he created all of this for us. He did a lot of good work. And then me and my wife more or less, I like to take the credit, but she did it. She did the whole entire control panel. So she painted it red, and then she did a splatter effect. So it's red, green, yellow, and blue. We got the exact colors, and she did the whole entire thing. Came out amazing. Look forward to working with you guys on many more builds.
All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Learning a little bit about Dennis's company at Phantom Arcades. The passion that he has for these machines is truly exceptional. Just blown away with the Dream Screen that we just had arrive here at the showroom. If you guys are not already subscribed to our channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Check out Dennis's channel at Phantom Arcades on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We'll leave all the links down in the description below. If you guys are interested in anything home theater, audio, video related, or if you guys want to build a custom arcade with Phantom and Dreamedia, feel free to reach out. Love the opportunity to earn your business. That's gonna wrap it up for today. This is Kellen and Dennis with Phantom Arcades. We'll catch you in the next one.